Guten Morgen, Kinder. Willkommen zur Teil 2 von unserer Lektion. Welcome to Lesson 2. For this week, we are learning about haben, or to have, and how to conjugate that with the different personal pronouns ich, du, er, sie, es, wir, ihr, and sie, or I, you, he, she, it, we, you, all, and they. And we're moving on today to learn how to tell the time, so that we're going to put that together saying I have, or he or she has, and a school subject, math, reading, ELA, and so on and so forth, and then at what time they have that school subject. So our objective is I can tell time, sorry about the typo. In German, I can say what school subjects I have and when. And some important vocabulary is die Zeit, die Uhr, es ist, 10 Uhr, wie viel Uhr ist es? And so we're going to learn what those mean in just a moment. So, what do you remember from school subjects? This is going to be in the form of a pair deck also, so you're going to list what school subjects you remember. Do you remember Wissenschaft, Mathematik, Geschichte, Deutsch, Spanisch, Französisch, Kunst, Sport, und so weiter, and so on and so forth. All right, so moving on to time. Die Zeit. Die Zeit and die Uhr both mean time. The difference is die Uhr is what humans invented to talk about time, as in it is 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Die Uhr also means clock, as in can you turn on the alarm clock, or can you make sure the clock is working? So the physical item, the clock, is die Uhr as well. So when we're talking about what time is it, as in it's 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, we use Uhr. And then when we're talking about the notion of time, or time as we understand time goes on, or we have time to do that, but we better not procrastinate, then that's die Zeit, and that's that sort of time. But today we're going to use or because we're talking about telling time. So, wie viel Uhr ist es is how we ask what time is it. Wie viel actually means how much. Or, again, that's o'clock or time when we're telling time. And ist means is. Es means it. So, wie viel Uhr ist es is how much time is it, or of course we would say what time is it. Can you tell the time on analog clocks? I know some have trouble with that, but you just look at the shorthand that points to the hour. So here it's pointing to 10, and then the longhand points to the minute. And when we're at the top of the hour, that is minute 0. So we would have 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. If we're at the 1, and if the minute hand was at the 1, that would be 5. If the minute hand's at the 2, that would be 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes, 35 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and 55 minutes. So basically, if you're telling the minutes, all you have to do is multiply the number by 5. 1 times 5 is 5 minutes, 2 times 5 is 10 minutes, 3 times 5 is 15 minutes. And what that's doing is dividing this entire clock up into 60 minutes. Of course, there's 60 minutes in an hour. And then the shorthand simply points to what hour it is. Okay, so it's real easy to tell time. You should be able to learn it pretty easily. So in German, we're going to learn how to tell time on the analog clock in addition to a digital clock. So here we have 10 o'clock, and to say it is 10 o'clock, you would say es ist, or it is 10 Uhr, 10 Uhr. It is 10 o'clock. Wie viel Uhr ist es? What time is it? Well, the hour is at 10, but the shorthand's after the 10 because our minutes have elapsed, our minutes have elapsed 30 minutes. So what happens is the shorthand moves toward the next hour, but we're still at 10 o'clock because we are between the 10 and 11. So we have 10:30, 10:30. So wie viel Uhr ist es? What time is it? And then here we have how to say it's 10:30, and just pay attention because this is different from how we say it in English. In English, we would say it is 10:30. In German, you say es ist 10:30. Do you know what that means? Remember what Uhr means? Uhr, o'clock. So es ist 10:30 means it is 10 o'clock 30. So they leave the o'clock in there when they're telling times with minutes included, and we take away the o'clock. We don't say it's 10:30 o'clock. We just say it's 10:30. In German, es ist 10:30. It is 10 o'clock 30. All right. We're going to go over numbers above 20 in another video. Okay. We're going to go into numbers above 20 in another video. But for now, I want you to concentrate on how to tell time